Chai FM, 101.9 megahertz of life.
It is 7:22. I'm Howard Feldman, chatting to Dr. Daniel Israel. A very good morning. I hope you are well.
Good morning, Howard. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you very, very much, which is a good day because to launch these discussions on longevity, Mukundi said to me, because somebody wished me until 120, and Mukundi was a bit perplexed by that. I gave him the historical significance of it. But then he said, do you really want to live to 120? And I said, yes, but only if I have quality of life, only if I'm healthy. This whole longevity story it's really become a very, very big conversation. What's all the fuss about right now?
So, Howard, I actually think the best thing for your birthday could be a present of understanding this. So
yes.
It works out, I agree. Works out.
Oh, you're cheap, eh?
Yeah. I'm not buying you. In fact, I'm buying you the most valuable thing.
Right, longevity. It's true that.
Exactly. So I mean, Howard, we know, like Steve Covey said, begin with the end in mind. And as far as it's as difficult it is to appreciate, and it's a sobering thought for a Wednesday morning at this time, but we all end up at the same place. The question is just when and how well. And the world has moved today to a very different place compared to what it used to be in terms of no longer only looking at treating disease, but actually preventing disease. And that's the point. I mean, like you rightly said, if you live until you're 120 and you have no quality of life, can't stand up, can't pick up your grandchildren, can't kick a ball, can't carry your shopping into your house, even at age 80 or 90, I don't think that is longevity. Longevity is looking for lifespan and health span, as it's often put. So we're looking for the length of your life and how well you are in that time.
So why have we reached this point that we're focusing on it now? Is it about, have we reached almost like a tipping point where we are starting to come to terms and deal with certain illnesses? Or is it that plus this whole new, the introduction of all of these longevity type medications?
So I think it's the former. In other words, we haven't had the data in the past to be able to look at. We always hear this term evidence-based medicine. But what that really means in simple terms is it means we're able to look at the outcomes, what actually happens, and look back on data and be able to say, wow, if we started the process of preventing this earlier, we'd be able to achieve much more. And we haven't always had the ability to do that. So just medicine has evolved where it's no longer looking as much at treating, but rather as preventing. So therefore, we have a huge amount to gain in terms of unpacking it, and that's why. And if you look a little bit more, like of course, and we will unpack this as we go, but the lifestyle things are important. What you eat, what you drink, are supplements important? How much exercise, etc. But they have their limitations. In other words, it's not about taking this magic pill or that excellent potion to make you live longer. It's about looking at the outcomes of what makes people live shorter and get into trouble, and seeing what the real data shows to prevent that.
The other thing that I found fascinating is a couple of years ago, somebody that I am close to was diagnosed with what in the past would have been a disease that significantly shortens their life. And somebody said to me, please don't Google the stats about this, because that's all based on past data, and the progress made with this particular disease is so significant that it no longer applies. Are we seeing a lot of that around?
It depends on the disease. So in some diseases, there's a lot of movement in terms of intervention, and in others, it's more about, unfortunately, being linked to historically what's always been the case.
Right.
That mindset that you just said is very important. But I do think at the same time that it's really important to not get caught in fads and in experiments and in extra. In other words, it's a fine balance between looking forward and not at the past, and at the same time understanding that all these new things, we still have to be rooted in what we actually see on the outcomes, what works and what doesn't.
So what?
So what I thought I would,
sorry,
so
carry
what
on.
I thought I would do for you for your birthday is this: as we go, and we won't have time to do this today, but we can unpack the main things that are killing people. In other words, so what I thought for your birthday is I'd make up a little acronym for you that you'll be able to use in future.
That'll be great.
Which I want to call, come on, Howard. So every time you think about what you should be doing more, you must think, come on, Howard, because the CMON stands for the 4 major diseases that are preventable that can really change your life.
So break them down for me. What are they?
Okay, right. So C is cardiovascular. C is cancer.
Right.
Cancer is one of the leading causes of death in the world today. And we know that lung cancer is actually the highest, interestingly. But the ones that are majorly prevented are colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, breast cancer, and dermatological cancers, and those can be screened for, and we'll unpack how one does that. Often I have patients who come to me and say, Doc, I want to make sure I don't have cancer. Can you do some bloods on me? That is a fallacy. We'll go into that more. The M is metabolic. Metabolic refers to what we talk about a lot: obesity, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, etc. And GLP-1s and all the new things in the market for that. So as we do that, we'll see. Now, the O is called occlusive vascular disease, otherwise called atherosclerotic vascular disease. And that refers to heart attacks generally, but anything that affects the supply of the blood to the heart. And what cholesterol, apolipoprotein B, what one does to keep statins, good, bad, etc. And the last one is neurodegenerative disease, which is big. Alzheimer's and dementia can actually largely be prevented. Yes, there is a big genetic component, but how much is genetic? How much is lifestyle? What can one do on a simple basis, exercise cues, etc., to actually prevent Alzheimer's? So I think that's a great birthday present for you, because as we unpack all 4 of those,
exactly right.
We'll keep you going.
Listen, I'm 58. I'm hardly 98. But either way, I appreciate that, because it's never too early to live a long life. How about that? It is 7:30. Dr. Daniel Israel, thank you for that very, very interesting conversation. What do you want to know about longevity?